Good evening, YouTubers. This is Digit here. So, konbanwa minasan, Digit all the way from Hong Kong, and I'm back for more anime previews, Kuji previews to share and preview to each and every one of you. So, for those of you who are a huge fan of this particular anime, you can tell by the title of this video, is none other than the Ojamajo Doremi, or rather in English we call it Magical Doremi, but I do prefer saying it in Japanese because it sounds more unique. And the reason why I like to do that I plan to do this preview is because not just because it's still my birthday, February 7, because I'm already 25, but mainly it's because it's to celebrate this anime for its 90th anniversary. So it's been 19 years since they have made this anime, and it's one of the popular magical girl anime seasons or series. And until now, I still have their goodies, their merchandises, but not really all of them. Like as you have seen one of my previous videos, like back around like 2 or 3 years ago, I done some previews on the wand, the topping or the spray, the ones you're familiarized from the season 1, season 3, season 6. I've done those different category previews, but for today I have a little bit more than what you think. One on my right side, it's big and based on the Motto Ojamajo Doremi, which is season 3, and as for my left side is based on the celebration for the 90th anniversary, and most of these goodies are from, or should say, you can only get them at Ikebukuro, Tokyo, Japan, and only until February 7. And here are the 3 items that I would like to share with you all. 2 of them I got it here in Hong Kong, and it's around in a few days ago I bought these 2 items in Mongkok at Casino Center Mall, which is also well known for buying a lot of anime merchandises there. So as I saw that one and I remember that I don't have these, or I cannot find them, I just grab it while they still have some stocks left. So the first one I got is this one, the Mystery Blind Pack. But I'm really going to exchange this because the character that I got is not really my favorite. Because my favorite character is none other than Hatsuki, the one wearing the glasses, and apparently her birthday is on February 10th, so 3 more days before her birthday. It's really that fast for this character Hatsuki. But the one I got here, I actually got is Doremi. You can see right here. But it really is a nice detail. I really like how the way the company did this, and the company is from the Limited Base, where I also went there. If you did mention on my vlog videos, I did mention that I went there to get Digimon goodies because it's limited. That's why it's called Limited Base. So these are one of the limited goodies that you can get only in there, unless if you're lucky enough to ask your friend to help you buy, then they'll give it to you. And this one I'm going to mail it tomorrow to the trader, or to say the seller. So because that seller really wants to exchange Hatsuki, or us maybe hoping for a buyer to buy Hatsuki for 88 Hong Kong dollars. Well, I got this pack from in the Sino Center for 90 Hong Kong dollars, and by randoms, not you can just choose. So at least I'm happy to get Hatsuki soon. Just have to wait for the person to mail it to me, and I already prepared everything. And now the second item, also in Ikebukuro, is one of these one of the accessories. Well, not really accessories, but like stationaries. My bad. Is this one? You can see by its sketch tape look. There we go. You can see that this one, there's actually 2 kinds of it. This is one of it, is based on the fairies of the witches. You can tell already by all of the 7 fairies. Let me count them properly. Yeah, it's 7 fairies, because you have to also include a Fafa right here. Then flipping to the back, this is the information, and then you can look at the side right here. Let me just move them a little bit. You can see all the fairies. They're very, very cute. and it's still all sealed up. I have not opened this, just to preview to every one of you, for those of you who are a huge fan of Ojamajo Doremi as I am. And they do have one more. It's based on the girls of Doremi, Hatsuki, Aiko, Onpu, Momoko, and Hana. I was about to say in Chinese, so I'm trying my best to get used of their English or their Japanese name. So those are the two stuff that I bought in Mongkok at Senior Center a few days ago. And the last one, which I already did open it because this is my second attempt to do the recording. The person, I was able to receive her letter yesterday, right here. I kind of show you the address. She was able to send it to me safely and sound, and this was actually not supposed to be not for sale, but because maybe this seller from Instagram did not really want it, so I just get it because mainly I like this character Hatsuki, and this is the one of the postcards that you can get for free once you buy the amount of stock, like how many depends, or the categories. Then you can get this free postcard, but of course it's random. And this is the card, the postcard, like here. And you can tell that this is from the limited base, Ikebukuro, Tokyo, Japan. And then this is one of the drawing of Hatsuki. It's really is gorgeous. I love it so much. And the theme color is orange. And then at the bottom right, you can tell it says there Moto Ojamajo Doremi, right there. Yeah, it's Mocho Ojamajo Doremi. You can tell right there. And the company of Toei Animation, written there in Japanese. And at the left side, it says not for sale. And I will not tell you how much this person actually sell, but don't worry, it's not expensive, so I'm in a safe zone. And I have to reply to her by today that I have received her letter yesterday. Okay, so now to the final one. Apparently the final item, which is very huge, but this one is based on the Moto Ojamajo Doremi. And this, how do I explain it? This replica toy is very rarely mentioned. Very rarely mentioned. It's commonly the wands or the tops or figures. But I noticed that this particular replica toy was not even mentioned. One of the not really well known or not that famous, but if you ask me, it's actually very unique, because if you ever buy this in the future, like after maybe 5 or 10 years, it's gonna be even more expensive. But I got this one almost 900 Hong Kong dollars, so you can probably tell how much is it in your country. For me, it's already expensive. And I got this one also from the Instagrammer seller here in Hong Kong, and was able to keep this in good condition, even though there's some scratches. It's really old. So so without further ado, this is the one. It's the recipe diary. So if for those of you knows the season 3, the Moto Ojamajo Doremi, this is the one, the diary, the recipe diary. So you can see the front of the box that looks like this. See the theme of the fairies, then Doremi herself, the words right here, recipe diary, and then here's the logo of the series. Then the upper part, same thing. Then for the side, showing you the instructions. And you can swap these kinds, which I'll show you in a few seconds. At the back of the box, you can see it, even the other side, and then you can see the fairies. And then if you can recall, they can only talk to talk once they get into the recipe book, because they're the only ones that they can get the ingredients for the girls to do the cooking, if you remember the story of this anime. So moving to the back of the box, you can see it's already been old for so long. And then you can see it's some sample that they can actually wink and move their mouth. Depends on whatever you choose the buttons or the categories that you swap, which I'll show you in a few seconds. Then here is the sets, like there's the pan, then the content inside the recipe diary, then how it looks like without opening it. And then here are the rest of the how do you call this, like the kind of where you can learn. Like this is actually a little bit the education for younger kids to learn, because there's some like matching the pattern, learning the words like the English, Japanese, or a little bit of the mathematics like that. But that's all the information I could give you from what's my point of view. So this is all about it right here, all the categories. If those of you can read Japanese, this is all of it. One's like fortune teller, or the other one is like with English. Some is like the food category. That's what I can understand a bit and what they say here, what's written in here. So it's just beside me because it's very heavy, I guarantee you this. So I had to take everything out. So once you get everything out and what's inside the box, first things first, instructions. They have two kinds. One here is how do you swap the paper part, and I'll show you that in a few minutes, what to do and not to do. And then the main instruction, which is very big, but I can't show to you because it's all written in Japanese. It's very big. This is the front view, and this is the back view. And it shows you how do you insert the papers, how do you exchange the batteries and so forth, and then how do you on the buttons, everything that you need to know. And speaking of batteries, it requires you to have 4 batteries, literally 4 batteries. So the 4 batteries is a little bit unique because this one's just not like you need to have a 3 AAA all of them or 2 AA all of them. Literally it's 3 AA and 1 a little bit bigger, like a little bit fatter of the battery. I'm not so sure what's the name, but this one is different. So I will show you that one. Yep, I'll show you first is the main attraction, is the recipe book. You can see here it's still good condition, and even though this part right here there's a little bit of the scratch, but it still has this you can see the shape right of the music note. They still have this shiny glossy effect. There's a little scratch, but I don't really mind it. And this is actually a good sample if you want to do a cosplay and then you're wearing that the recipe outfit, and then you're cosplaying this, then this is really good. Then here's the recipe diary, which you can see here, the diary in English. Then this one is to open, and this part right here is rubber. And then the material is actually easy to get damaged, so just be careful not to drop it. And it's very heavy because of the batteries. So moving to the back side, this one, the upper part, is the sound. You have to on it to the right side right here, or just like directly to my left side. And then the bottom part right here is the on and off. So switching here is the on, and switching there is the off. And here are the 4 batteries, which I'll show to you. It takes time just to get it out. So these are the batteries that's already included. 3 AA batteries and 1 of this very big enormous battery. You can see there. That is so weird. Normally it's like a set of like the same size, but this one is a little bit unique. So I just press down all the way. Then showing you the inside of this recipe diary. And this is how it looks like in as you open it. It's really nice, even though the anime they don't have this pattern, but just to make it a little bit unique, I guess the Bandai company, or should say the toy animation, probably did this just to make it not boring at all. Then looking right here, you can see already there's Dodo, and then this is where you can be this is where you can actually swap by pressing right here, then you just exchange. But sadly, the eye color will not change. As you swap any of the fairies down there, the eye color will be the same, like this color. So you can see Dodo right here. And then what is the category or the theme that you will learn? This is the Japanese. And then the lower part is the pen right here, so you can press and have the sound effects. So let me give you, yep, this is the pen here, like so. It's from that sweet cane, which I don't like to always eat a lot of sweets lately, just sometimes. So I'm back, and apparently I really had to do this weird awkward position, like to put this book laid down on my laptop, and in order for you all to see the inside, like as I swap this part. And if you're wondering why my phone's a little bit shaky, because I'm using the phone stand just to stretch it all the way up, and you can see, hopefully you can see clearly of as I try to move them upwards, and I already on the power on and the sound, so at least this way you can clearly see that I can swap this area. So there's actually 4 types of the signboards that I mentioned, which is the other 4 fairies. So the ones here is Doremi, but just only swap this head part, which is just lucky for Dodo. Then here is Ray with the glasses. This is like a fortune teller, give you the luck, work, health, then the money, just somewhat like that, like fortune teller or fortune telling. Then this one is for Ompus Fairy. This one is like a message like that, or email fax. Then the third one is Aiko, based on the food categories right here. Then last but not least, we can't forget Momoko's Fairy, and I'm so sorry because I can't remember all of their names, and each and every one of them has been written down here from the toy animation, all of them literally. Then you can see even the different pictures from them. Then the backside is just plain white. So if it's for Doremi, right here you can see, and I'm doing this while I'm standing up. So the buttons right here, they're not all accurate because it's very old. So you could actually use the pen or without the pen. So I tried using my fingers, they sometimes work, but most of the time they don't. So I'm using my fingers to see if it works. And you can see right now, as I press the buttons, some they will work or not. But you can hear the sound from here. Here's the speaker. Let me move this a little bit upwards so you can see Dodo up there when she's moving. So let me try another button. If you hear the that sound, then that means I pressed something wrong. So you can tell already that whatever the buttons I'm pressing, it will accurately just go for the flow. Then the bottom part I'm trying to press are the numbers. Then if you press any one of them, they will literally talk whatever the categories you're going for, or they will just say the full sentence. Sounds like this kind of sound. And that's about it. And then if you want to end this theme, just to swap to the other part, just press the end button right here. And then you press this one, the yellow part, carefully, because this one only swaps, the Dodo only swaps this, because it doesn't attach with the board, because the board, this one is already attached to it. So if you want to use this one, just giving you the example, go this one, press all the way down here, then slightly press down, and it will give you the sound effect. There we go. I'm so sorry if it's moving. Then you can hear it's not really a different voice, it's still the same, but it just shows you the different personalities on based on the characters that you choose. So let's try the example. Then let's try another one. So you can clearly get the point, right? as I keep pressing all the way. For this part, I kind of understand because they gave me the example A is for something, and then they give you the pronunciation from these sounds. Like for the Japanese, let's try maybe for N, because my name is Nina. So you can see that the sounds effect like that. So this is the sample I could give you. Then for this one, it doesn't really do anything because there's no button to this one. And then let's go for another word. Let's try J. So that's about it. And then we want to end the conversation for this part. Just press this. Then swap again to change another one. Of course, you have to do this very slowly. For my case, I had to do this very extra careful because I have the stand in front of me and I don't want to move too much. So I'm just holding this thing at the same time, not only just pressing this down, or else this book will flip, and it's very heavy. So you can tell already that I'm not using the pen because it kind of sends my nails, because my nails are quite long. So putting Ray Ray right now. It doesn't have to be according to its order, but just to show you the sample. Whoops, something went wrong. The glasses just got off, so let me put the glasses back in. So if you're using this one, you have to be careful because her glasses can easily be off the hook. There we go. Paste that in, and we have Ray Ray. And then you can see the pictures right here are based on the fortune telling. You can see there's Dodo, Ray Ray, Mimi, and then Ompu's Fairy and Romoko's Freddy. Let me move this down a bit so you can see the proper image. So as you press one of these ones, so you can probably tell by the drawings itself, like this is based on love, this one is like the stars, this one is like, I think the this is for education, then this one is the health, and this one is the wealth. So let's try the wealth. It just keeps blinking like that. So if you don't do anything, it will just do this, which I find that quite creepy. Now, so let's try this. There's some like I really can't press, so it's really annoying, and it just keeps talking like that. So this is not a problem if you don't press anything. They'll keep talking like that, and it's kind of a little bit frustrating. So to end it, just like that, and they will literally stop talking because you already pressed the end, so that is a good thing. So let me flip this one up and press this one down gently because of the glasses. Now is this one, Aiko, which she is the last one. Before I go to my conclusion, just click and then go press the fairy right here. And it's very interesting to hear the accent from this fairy because it got used of hearing Aiko's Osaka language, the tone that you kind of hear it a little bit different of the accent based in Tokyo and Osaka, and I find that this is really cool. Some may not work because it's very old, like these ones I can't press any. And this one keeps repeating until you press something else. It says I pressed something, but I'm not so sure what it is. Sometimes you have to really guess by luck, or you really have to look at the instructions just to be able to know what you're pressing. But something like one of these ones you have to press and then put it to the oven, and then you can make it into these desserts. So I probably have to stop it right here because it's gonna go crazy and I don't want to make this a little bit local. But if you want to know more info regarding about this, you can try to Google it if they have the information. Wait. So let me remove this one, of course carefully, because I don't want to suddenly flip this like just a while ago. There we go. And just retouch back to Dodo, but I'm just going to put it like this just in case it's going to talk again. It will only talk if you put this one into the yellow one. And there is some good part and some bad part. So the good part is the accuracy is still good, but half of them are already broken, as you can already see as I'm already pressing it to you all. You can hear the dialogue, the sounds are good, but some of the buttons, they don't really function that well, or there's no other way to stop what they're saying. Even at some point you can really hear that even how much I want to talk to you guys, I can't even say a lot because I have to wait until they finish talking. And if you don't press anything, they will keep blabbering or talking some stuff that you may not be able to understand, which is very hard for me. But unless if I was able to understand what they're saying in Japanese, I could have like done maybe the proper way, even how much, whether I did read the instructions or not. And that's the bad part. The good part is the movement, the eyes and the mouth. It's really good. Even when you press them, they really follow it. But the disadvantage, because it's really old, and if you don't press anything, they just start talking, making weird odd sounds, unless you press the end button right here, and then you hear them saying, oh, see you soon, bye bye, like that. Then you're in the safe zone. So if you don't want to like hear all this stuff like that, you're not into the hearing stuff or you don't really want to play this one just for your cosplay prop, it's actually okay. I would have go for this as well. If it's for me, I would rather stick like this as a display or cosplay crop, rather than playing it like this, like playing for just like this. I know it's interesting and unique, but if it's for the safety for the kids nowadays, then it's best not to, like best for it if it's for a display. So I'll be right back and give you my full conclusion. So in my conclusion, what I really think about this toy for the recipe diary, it's around 7 out of 10 because it's not really like the functions are not that good, even though the movement of the eyes, the winking, the mouth movement is good as you press, it's really good, and I was really impressed by that. But the worst part is if there's something that you cannot stop, like when it's still like blabbering, as you can tell already. I was really struggling as I'm like standing up and showing to you all of the categories when they swap faces. That is really a bothersome, but I do understand why they do that. Is to entertain the little kids. But if it's for the new generations of kids, no offense, they don't find this toy very interesting. So I wouldn't suggest myself to let my niece to play this, because, and this is already old. This one is already old, and there's some functions of it they don't really work. Even you can tell, even I use my nails right here, to press some of the buttons, they don't really activate properly, or they just get stuck, and then you can literally hear the voice of the characters. Like after you swap them into another fairy or a different character, they still keep talking unless you press the end button. Then they say bye bye, then you're safe. But more safer is when you remove the batteries and switch off this one, then you're lucky. But if it's for me, I would keep this one and make it as my cosplay prop and a collection. But if it's to play, I don't think so, because I'm really I don't feel like playing these kinds, because not because I'm already adult, but this is just like a memories for the anime that I really like to watch when I was little. So I would still keep this, even though the looks of it is old and the functions are not that well. But even without the functions, I'm still happy enough to have bought this one, even though I bought it around 800 and something Hong Kong dollars from a seller here, Instagram seller here in Hong Kong. So I have to end this video, guys. What do you think about the preview of this theme of Ojamajo Doremi? Which one of these 4 items do you like the most? Is it the recipe diary, which is this big, the coaster, which is from the mystery pack right here, the tape, or the postcard, which is right here? So let me know in the comments below which one of these 4 items do you like the best in this theme of Ojamajo Doremi. Let me know in the comments below and tell me why. And if those of you are waiting for a next preview, or you're waiting for the Kuji that I mentioned so much that I'm waiting for this Friday or Saturday, please stay tuned for that. And if you want to see more anime previews or other Kuji previews that I've done way back then, feel free to check it out on my channel. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe to my channel. And if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know any notifications, like when am I going to upload anything new, just click on the bell icon and somewhere around here, and you will know when I will be uploading another anime preview or another Kuji preview to share and to do more previews to every one of you anime fans out there. So that's about it, and till then guys, see you all in the next anime preview.